yet to have a critical vulnerability identified in it. It moves from there to working together with our hardware ecosystem partners to deliver solutions that allow you to get the most value out of the hardware innovations coming from them. We introduced earlier this year a program we called Fast Track. And what Fast Track is where we're working with a set of our hardware partners to deliver reference configurations with guidance to make it easy for you to put solutions together to get the most out of your scale-up data warehousing solutions on SQL Server. And we're expanding that program with the second version with revised guidance and new partners. We're announcing at the conference that IBM is now a Fast Track partner with 3 new reference configurations. It starts with a solid foundation, and we're investing on top of that. In SQL Server 2008 R2, SQL Server will now scale up to 256 logical processors on Windows Server 2008 R2. You saw that demonstrated in Bob's keynote. We also have benchmarks on that configuration available now. It's not only about leading scale up, it's also about leading scale out. And we've made great progress on our scale out data warehousing solution. We've released our first technology preview to selected customers. And we've gotten great feedback on the performance from both a query performance perspective as well as a data loading perspective. We're well on our way to delivering a release of SQL Server that will scale to the hundreds of terabytes in data warehousing. Now, another part of the promise of the Mission Critical platform is making the updates that we produce easy to consume. So as we thought about a customer to bring on stage to talk about us, we wanted to talk to a customer who had a mission-critical application on SQL Server 2005 and went through the upgrade to 2008. So I'd like you to join me in welcoming Preeti Desai from First American Title Insurance Company to the stage. Welcome, Preeti. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
Well, yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about First American and your IT environment?
So First American Title is one of the largest title and escrow provider throughout the United States and abroad. We have over 1,200 direct offices and network of agents who use system called FAST. FAST is title and escrow processing system. It's an enterprise app. It's mission critical real-time applications. It has over 10 terabytes of data, and it spans over about 220 servers in our production center. So we went through, if you want to look at some stats and how fast it is, it has about 7,000 concurrent users. We do about 15,000 batches requests per second. So it is real-time, mission critical, and if your system's down, you can be losing $1 million per hour. So that is how critical FAST application is. It uses Microsoft technology. Its complete application is based on Microsoft technology, and it has SQL Server in the back end, SQL Server 2008.
So you recently upgraded the system to 2008. Can you tell us about some of the features that motivated the upgrade?
There are several, but a couple of them really attracted us. One being the partitioning, second being the data compression. Partitioning, that was one of the reasons why actually our SQL 2008 was pushed a little ahead of schedule, because our business is looking for business enhancement where we will be spreading data over a large table. So we want to do a take advantage of SQL 2000 data partitioning, because when you break that table, it will partition into several physical tables. That way I'll spreading my data I/O, looking for performance I need, at the same time distributing the disk I/O and giving me physical table, which is like separate pieces. I can do the reindexing on separate physical partitions. So it will be eventually reducing my online reindexing time, and I can move that large table, which is offline reindexing right now, to the online reindexing. The other feature it has is data compression. Data compression, in some of the tables, we saw about 45% saving on storage space. Incredible. So when you look at the terabytes of data and about 20% on average, it's quite a bit of storage. So we like the data storage, data compression, partitioning. I also am looking at resource governor. We're going to use all the features, whatever we got. And also, when you look at these features, it's just not just the features. What attracts our management is some cost saving. So, so far we have used a third-party tool for our backup and restore. That third-party tool worked great. So I want to thank that vendor and partners to give us a tool. But now I get a backup and restore tool right out of the 2008. So some features right out of the box really attracted us, and that was the reason why we went to SQL 2008.
That's great. So you've completed the upgrade now. Can you tell us a little bit about the results?
Well, this upgrade was way different than other past upgrade we had. It was challenging. Installing and uninstalling, as you mentioned, was a challenge. But SQL 2008, now as I mentioned, we have moved to online reindexing. We just get one weekend where everyone has to data center, network, application, everyone who wants the downtime, they get one weekend to do that upgrade. So we were lucky to find that one weekend, and we upgraded our SQL 2008 over that maintenance time frame. And so Monday, when I went on my business IT director status call, I said, hey guys, you know what? Over the weekend, we upgraded fast to SQL 2008. So one of the IT director goes, oh, you mean production? That's how transparent and easy it was. And I don't want to take it for granted that upgrade was just successful, because it required thorough planning, a lot of testing, and I do want to thank our SQL CAT team. Lindsay and those people really stand by us all the time. They're like our sounding board. And our support team, our account team, gave us a PSS person, Steve, who stayed with us throughout the upgrade and did an excellent job. So partnership with Microsoft really helped us just to upgrade SQL 2008 over a weekend.
Oh, great. That's a great story. So can you tell us a little bit about what you're thinking about for the future?
For future, you know, I want to thank Microsoft one more time, because we are enjoying, like, we are now proactive rather than reactive. I don't even recall when last SQL outage I had. So this is how stable our production is now. So I'm looking at top 3 initiatives for 2010 and 2011. I would say the top 3 are OCS, Office Communicator, SharePoint 2010, and cloud computing. Those are the top 3 initiatives. I'm going to look at it, and I'm pretty sure with partnership with Microsoft will get me through.
Well, great. We look forward to continuing to work with you. So thanks for coming and speaking
Ted.
with us today. Thank you, Pretty. The journey toward the manageability features that are coming in SQL Server 2008 R2 began even before we wrapped up the 2008 product cycle. And we started with a series of in-depth customer interviews where we went out on site with our customers to meet with the development teams, to meet with the database teams, to talk about their challenges. And along that journey, there were 2 conversations that really helped crystallize the directions we moved forward on. The first one was we visited with a pretty large customer of ours. We got together their database and development teams that were associated with the same applications together in one room to talk to them about their challenges. And early on in that discussion, we realized, hey, these people don't talk very much to each other. They seem to be meeting each other for the first time. I'm sure that never happens. And you know, we realized that certainly technically we could do things to ease collaboration across the full application lifecycle. Another discussion came as we got a little further along in terms of the features we're doing for application management. And we were talking to somebody who'd been on our platform for years. We're talking to them about the data tier application component, some of the tasks we're automating in terms of upgrade. And the person stopped us and said, wow, this is incredible. This is totally going to change our processes for the better. What we're doing in application and multi-server management was formed around conversations like this, conversations we had with many of you at PASS, our MVPs, at our customer advisory events. I think to date we've profiled over 2,500 applications in the course of this journey. So for application management, at the heart of it is we're introducing a new single unit of deployment, the data tier application component. The data tier application component includes all of the components of the application as well as the policies for deployment. You're going to be able to create a DAC in both Visual Studio 2010 and also create one from an existing application. And this is greatly going to ease the collaboration as applications go from development to testing and through to production. In SQL Server 2008, we made a down payment on capabilities for multi-server management with the performance data collector and policy-based management. We're bringing that forward and adding on top of that with an end-to-end experience we're delivering at SQL Server Management Studio to give you end-to-end visibility of your environment, control of your environment, and the ability to do resource optimization. Dan Jones joined me on stage last year to demonstrate some of what we've had then. We've made a lot of progress in this last year. So I'd like you to join me in welcoming Dan Jones back to the stage. Dan? Okay. Welcome.
Thanks, Ted.
Thanks.
So last year, you and I stood here on a stage, and we did a demo of an early prototype build of application and multi-server management.
Yep.
Today, same stage, great audience. Less than 12 months later, we're going to do a demo of a feature-complete build of that same functionality. Sound good?
Yep, sounds
All
good.
All right. So we're going to take about 10 minutes. We'll do the executive tour. What I have up here is Management Studio, R2. We're going to take a look at how to get started with multi-server management by creating our control point. And then we're going to go take a look at the data tier application component and the value that that brings to the collaboration between developers and DBAs. So our first step here in Management Studio is to launch our multi-server management view. We have our Object Explorer details, but a new view called the Utility Explorer. Let's launch that as it's our jumping place. We have our Getting Started page. Now there's 3 simple steps to get started with multi-server management. We're going to create our control point, we're going to enroll instances, and then we're going to configure our policies. Clicking on Creating the Control Point launches our Control Point Creation Wizard. 5 quick, easy steps to get started. First step, I need to select the instance when good demos go bad. Hold on.
You may need a terminal server in again.
Continuating, switch to, I must have hit the help button. All right, the first step, I don't need help.
Well, that was simple and intuitive.
Yeah. All right, I didn't say it was
bug-free. We're working with real code here.
All right, the first step is we want to select the instance of R2 that's going to be used as our control point. We can give it a friendly name. We'll go ahead and take the default for now. We'll specify some security credentials. And then we're going to run through some validation steps. Now, we heard from customers that there's nothing more annoying than getting all the way to the end and finding out that